Welcome to New Vision's Echo Tip, episode number 12. Hello, I'm David Ward. I'm the Assistive Technology Instructor at New Vision located here in Southwest Virginia. So in today's Amazon Echo Tip, we're going to be focusing on a unique feature that's built into every Echo out of the box, and that is Wikipedia. So the ability to check items or information on Wikipedia. Now, first off, I'm going to need to define a few terms. What is Wikipedia? So you may be familiar with a dictionary or a more advanced form of a dictionary, such as an encyclopedia, which you would typically look to look up places or locations or maybe historical figures. You would use an encyclopedia. Unfortunately, most encyclopedias have, the companies that made those have mostly gone bankrupt or aren't really in the digital age per se. There are a few that still manufacture them for libraries, but as a rule, everything's moved onto the internet. And so that's where Wikipedia came in. Wikipedia is an online encyclopedia, and it's a nonprofit. And it's often looked to for information, facts, figures, and as I mentioned, like narratives of historical figures or events and things like that. So it's pretty nifty in that regard. So your Echo actually has the ability to pull that information. In an earlier episode, we looked at just how to pull facts and figures. For example, a president's birthday or their death or how tall a mountain is or something like that. But if you're wanting narrative information like this person was born here and then married so-and-so, that's more like an encyclopedia, or as we said, we'd pull from Wikipedia. So now we've defined some of our facts and figures, let's give it a try. So that's where we've reached the moment in our episode where I need you to press a button on your Amazon Echo. So the button you want to push is called the microphone button. And we're going to push that because I'm going to be demonstrating how to ask your Echo questions, and we want my Echo here in the studio to be the only one that's listening. If yours at home was to be listening, well, then it might stop playing this little tutorial and interrupt the sequence. So we'll want to mute her ears for a moment, and that's what the microphone button is for. So locate it. It has a microphone on it with a little slash through it. And if you press that button, you'll hear a thump sound, and that's what you want to listen for. And a red ring on your typical Echo will appear on the top. That means that she's no longer listening. Here, that's what the thump sound sounds like. All right, so if you take a moment and press that, I'll just give you a moment to do that. Now, additionally, if you're on an Amazon Echo Show, one with a screen built into it, you'll have a little red bar across the bottom of the screen. Okay, now that I've given you a moment to do that, let's press on with our focus, which is Wikipedia. Alexa, Wikipedia Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln was an American statesman and lawyer who served as the 16th President of the United States from March 1861 until his assassination in April 1865. Tell me if you'd like me to read more.
Okay, so very simple. We found a historical figure, Abraham Lincoln, and it gave us kind of a nice biographical breakdown about that. You'll find this information in your Alexa app as well. Or if you use the website to configure your Echo, you'll find it there as well. So the Alexa app can be installed on your smartphone or tablet, or if you're on a computer, you can go to alexa.amazon.com and you'll have pretty much access to the same information. And in that main window, on the page, you'll have a scrolling list of all the things you've asked. And in this case, it would be about Abraham Lincoln. It would be the article, likely a photo of Abraham Lincoln. And so if you had that handy, you could click on it or tap on it on a tablet and get more biographical and more information. Maybe read the entire article or burrow down into one subject particularly. Now, if you had an Amazon Echo with a picture with a screen on the front, like an Amazon Echo Show, you would often have a picture of Abraham Lincoln when she's reading out that information to you. All right, so that's just a little information about using Wikipedia today, and very powerful as well. So next time we're going to be moving on into another episode where we're going to look at spelling and definitions. And this is probably one of the things I use my Amazon Echo for the most in the office, is spelling and definitions. So it's time to turn that microphone back on your Amazon Echo. Start practicing the things that you've learned perhaps today and in other episodes. And I'm David Ward signing off for New Vision, and we thank you for listening. This episode is brought to you by New Vision in connection with a grant from the Foundation for the Roanoke Valley and with the kind use of WVTF Studios. For the newest information and content about what New Vision is doing, please see the website newvision, ROA, the first three letters of Roanoke, .org. That's .org. New Vision is a nonprofit that provides information services and assistive technology training to the visually impaired living in Southwest Virginia. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision.